Welcome back to another episode of the Sheep in the Meadow Podcast. I'm Luke Epez, and today I'm here with Miss Alciviades, also known as Big Al. Big Al, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yeah, you sound so
excited. I love
BNB. Big Al was just saying off camera that she hates being on camera. Why do you hate being off camera?
I don't know. You may have noticed that I make weird facial expressions, hence the Super Bowl that you mocked me
that was
with
one of my
facial
favorite
expressions.
That was one of my favorite Sheep on the Looses that I made.
Yes.
And a lot of people said that was one of the best Sheep on the Looses that I made.
Well, that's because you were able to make fun of me.
Provide
So
good
much material.
content.
So much to work with.
Yeah. But, I was just saying how I really cannot believe that this is my second to last podcast that I'm doing. I'm so happy that you were able to come on.
I'm happy to be here.
With a lot of things coming, I bet you heard that Senior Assassin had just started.
I heard that it just started today, and let me tell you, Andrew Rispoli getting out as like the second or the first person is ridiculous. I'm so disappointed in him.
How did you hear that he got out?
I know everything. I mean,
I get. Did
yes.
you hear? Do you know that who got him out?
I saw the video.
Oh, you did?
I saw the whole thing. Yes.
He's an idiot. He really is.
I am disappointed in him. I expected so much more.
He was talking about, how he was so prepared and trying to do all of this to try and get his target, and then on the bus. So, the person who got him out plays baseball with him. It's Rocco.
Okay.
And on the baseball bus yesterday, like last night, they were coming home, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't even get floaties yet." So he's like. So Rocco, after that, gets home, hears that he is Andrew, right?
Yep.
And he's like, it's easy pickings. Like, it's easy pickings.
He didn't even run. He was just like, all right, you're going to hit me and I'll walk to the car.
Yeah. And so
ridiculous.
the thing was that, like, last year watching everybody, like, talk about it and everything, and, like, I didn't understand the hype. It's not even more of the hype. It's more of, like, the nerves. Like, it's like everywhere that you go, it's like, it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, no, seriously. And it's like, and it's a lot of money. Like $2,000 for a high school kid. Like, that's a lot of money.
So I think the very first year that it started was 23.
Mm-hmm.
And at first there were no rules because there wasn't really it was starting out and they were trying to figure things out. So the very first Senior Assassins took place right outside my classroom window in the parking lot. And then all of a sudden they were like, someone's getting into a car accident or going to get hit by a car running away from them. And then they started adding all the rules. And then it was off school grounds. And then the next year, the award for winning became so much higher. I think the first year was like $800.
Really?
But the floaties and all of the extra thing, I mean, if you're going to be in it, you got to be prepared.
Yeah, I didn't know that it started 23. That was
the first year they did it at Mepham.
At Mepham, okay.
Yes, because they had asked myself and Montori to run it, and we were like, no, we can't be a part of that.
Oh yeah, no.
That was too much. I wanted to be in it, not run it. That'd be so much fun.
It's funny because Geller was she brought it up because we were having a conversation in leadership about who we think would make it really far, like to top 5, and she was talking about being a part of it because I guess she was talking about it with her family or whatever, and her kids are very interested about what the whole thing was, and she her kids asked her if she was doing it, and she said that she wishes she actually wanted to start one for the teachers.
Well, it would be so much fun.
I think it would be problematic.
100%. One, if it can't be done on school grounds, and we all live all over the place, but super sneaky, it would be Mr. Franklin. He would take it all. No one would expect him, and he would totally win.
Maybe.
I would be Andrew Rispoli. I'd be out in the first round.
Yeah, but like you said, with I know Miss Friend lives in an hour and a half
she's way out
out
there.
east.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. So it would have to be on
in
school.
The city.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna be teaching a class, and then the teacher's gonna come in and spray you with a water gun.
Right.
That's not
First year teaching at Grand Avenue, I had a teacher who used to come into the classroom randomly and spray me with a water gun. In front of the students.
What teacher? Or are you not?
He's no longer there anymore. He retired.
Was it Mr.
His
Fox?
name was Kessel. Oh. No, but I did work with Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox was awesome too.
I missed him. I was a year after he retired.
He was the best. He retired, yes.
So, but I thought you were gonna say when you said that, I was thinking that's something that Mr. Franklin would do.
Oh, yeah.
Run down his little aisles of his classes and probably shoot somebody with a water gun. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, so Senior Assassin has everybody on edge, and
it's exciting. Do you have yours planned out?
I do, and I think the best way to do it is to just go on Purge Night.
Oh, okay,
because the thing is that it's hard to get information without letting people know who you have, right?
Right.
Because you don't want to say anything, And once you understand who your person is, then like you understand if they're going to be wearing their floaties or like their protective thing all the time. So if they are, then it's kind of like you have to either get really creative and take a lot of time out of your day to do it, or you kind of just like wait till the purge night and you kind of like get them there.
Plus, you don't want to try to get them see you. They have floaties on, so you can't get them, and now they're always watching out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think the only problem I've had with it so far is the fact that they started so late. Like, they should have started it over break, because then they would have gave everybody more time to, like, you know, be in the game and everything. Yeah. And not only that, but what if, like, I think the game's going to go on too long where it's going to go till after graduation. Which
I think what will wind up happening is they'll wind up doing more like purge nights.
Yeah.
That's what winds up happening. It winds up drawing itself out, and at first everyone's like, oh, it's so much fun, let's keep doing it. And then they start adding a ton of purge nights in and like new ideas to get people out quicker.
Right. Yeah. But I think it's going to be fun, whatever.
So it's like senior season, right? Senior assassins, we got senior prom.
Yeah. But before we get into that, do you want to get your show and tell?
My show and tell, of course.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Okay, so I love being a part of the senior experience, but also the seniors experience.
Okay.
So one of my favorite traditions is the senior jersey.
Okay.
Now mine is from when I was a class advisor, but I just love watching you guys come in with like all of your merch, your senior merch, and then this whole season of like senior year with the senior assassins and hearing all the stories about everyone's college acceptance, like tomorrow, commitment day.
Yeah, that's
I
huge.
love watching you guys go through all of these new fun experiences.
Yep.
So even though obviously this is from 23, I'll hold on to this one. I wear this on Jersey Day each year.
Really?
Yeah,
Like, are
it's
you?
cute.
Oh, Jersey Day, as in like Spirit Way Day, or like tomorrow?
For Jersey Day, I'll wear it for when all the seniors wear their
Right.
jerseys. I love it. It's so cute. Such a cute tradition.
You know, I was just thinking about tradition, and like a lot of the freshmen, when you were coming in, they all call you Big Al. So like, who are they hearing this from? Because I think Peter would be very proud if
That he's
he
holding
heard
on
that
that
everybody's
tradition.
still calling you Big Al.
So obviously, I think a lot of them hear it from you guys here at B&B.
Okay.
When I was a senior class advisor and Peter started that, my 6th period class is now juniors.
Yeah.
But Peter would always come into my 6th period class before senior experience, and he'd come in and it'd be Big Al, Big Al. So that whole class of juniors now call me Big Al.
Right.
And then a couple of my freshmen call me it, and they said they hear you guys talk about it here.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how I refer to you. The thing is that like it's so much. It's a better nickname. It really is.
It's fun, yeah.
It is fun.
Especially because I'm not that big.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're
So
actually
where
pretty
did
short.
it
You're
even
pretty
come
small.
from? Yeah.
I don't know. Peter's
Actually pretty short.
He's got an interesting brain, but
Yes, he sure
All right.
does.
So for commitment day, do you wear your college merch? What college did you go to?
So I went to Stony Brook.
Oh, right, you told me
and
this.
I was a commuter, and I had never, ever purchased merch. I got one. I finally got one. It's coming.
Really?
It's coming in the mail today.
Wait, you never had
Yes.
merch from when you went to school?
No, because I feel like when you're a commuter and you're not really like on the campus all that often.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, a lot of my friends stayed home from school, so it wasn't really hanging out at Stony Brook. Plus, I lived so close to Stony Brook that on my lunch break I'd go home.
Wow.
So it wasn't really that kind of vibe, and I wasn't on like a college sport team or anything where
Right.
you would stay on campus. So I had never purchased anything, and I always said every year here on commitment day, I'm like, I'm gonna buy something, and I never did, but I finally did.
Then you're gonna wear it
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna wear it tomorrow.
What is it, like a shirt?
Yeah, it's a t-shirt.
Yeah, just something.
It says Stony Brook. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, commitment day. I was honestly worried that I was gonna like make it really close for commitment day. I committed like a week ago.
A week
was when
ago?
I came
I
back.
mean, you cut it pretty close.
I did
Yeah.
cut it pretty close. Still have to find a roommate and everything, but I gave you the whole rundown about why I didn't go to Boston University and
Yes,
everything.
I mean, I knew that the nerves were high with picking between, and I actually saw your sister on Saturday. I don't know if she told you.
Oh, you did?
I was at Hofstra
Okay.
for a gymnastics meet, and she came by to visit, and she said that she was so happy with your decision
Yeah.
that she feels like you made the right choice, that it's more you.
That fascinated me because I had multiple people telling me that I was more of a Boston person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I had a lot of, like, my friends that were saying, like, oh, like, you know, Boston would be really, like, you seem like you'd fit in Boston. But when I told Lily that I was going to NC State, she was, like, very happy. I think it's because she wishes she went to a bigger school. Like, obviously, Hofstra's not that big. But the biggest, price was obviously a huge reason. So NC State's going to be cheaper than Boston is, 100%.
She was saying, like, the vibe, though. Like, not necessarily the vibe in Boston, maybe the vibe at BU. Yeah.
Well, so the thing is, the buildings at BU, like, everybody, like, talks about how the campus is so nice because it's in the city or whatever. But the buildings themselves are old. Like, it reminded me of, like, walking through an elementary school old.
So now I feel like that's the appeal with Boston. Like, people who like Boston like it because it's, like, historical.
But that's the thing, like, okay, so I went to see Wake Forest. Like, Wake Forest is, like, the architecture and everything is, like, it's old. It reminds you of, like, Hogwarts, that type of, like, old architecture. BU was, like, old as in, like, that, like, greenish, orangish tile color on the wall type. That's exactly what it was. And, you know, I was walking in these buildings and I was like, this really isn't, like, that cool. But then I was walking down Newbury Street, which is like a big, like, it's like they're like Fifth Ave type of thing. And there's a lot of stores and food and everything. And I'm walking down there, and it just kind of seemed like it was cool. They had a good amount of stuff and everything. But we went to go eat. We ate dinner. It was fine. It wasn't like anything crazy. And then it's like 7:30, Friday night, 7:30, and it's completely dead. There's like nothing going on in Boston. Now, that could have been because, like, I wasn't on, like, the poppin' side of Boston at night, which is very, very probably what it was. But the fact that, like, you know, this is a very popular street and there's nothing going on was like, okay, this is like a little, like, boring. And then I just kind of felt like the last reason was mostly because I was, like, out of place. Like, I'm a New Yorker. I'm wearing a Yankees hat right now, and, you know, I'm gonna be in, like, literally the middle of Boston. Like, the Celtics arena is like a 15-minute drive away, and then Fenway is like a 10-minute walk from the campus. So it's like, you know, if I were to go to a Red Sox game and cheer for the Yankees, I would get, like, spit on.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Yeah, and then I don't, like, as a Heat fan, which I don't know if you follow with basketball, but yeah. So as a Heat fan, I don't think I could even step foot into the TD Garden.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But that's like a New York state of mind kind of thing with the competitors and the sports teams in Boston. I mean, everyone fits in somewhere. Everyone causes a little ruckus. Sometimes that's what makes it fun.
Right. So, I probably would have gotten used to it and everything, but, like, NCC was just, the weather's going to be better. There's cooler sports. Like, their athletics are much better.
But even, I'm telling you, when you came back from NC State, you were just so excited about it. So just even that, whatever drew you to it, you obviously knew it was the right place to begin with.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited to head out there. Because, I mean, it's going to be happening soon, especially since, like, you know, you start going in August and everything. So, school's almost over. And
I know.
Prom's coming up.
I know.
Do you usually go to prom? So how many teachers chaperone prom?
So the only people that chaperone the prom are the class advisors and the administrators. Then the teachers that go to prom, we go for cocktail hour, just to, like, see everybody. And then once you guys wind up going into the room to sit down, then we leave. We're kicked out. Yeah, we get kicked out.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's all the teachers or no?
Everyone's invited. Everyone's invited to cocktail hour. It's like an open, come see the senior class if you want to.
Right.
And it's usually like an hour that you have there, and then we'll come in and we'll hang out with you guys while you take your pictures and just see how everyone looks. And it's nice to see everyone all dressed up and excited for the night. And then we leave, and then usually in the room it's your class advisors and the administration team. Some chair people will stay, but remember, every person, you guys, the senior class, have to pay for every person that attends.
Every other person that attends.
Right, so you pay for the plates. Yeah. So that's why they don't invite a ton of us, because you are a large class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so, like, we have to pay for the tickets that.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so they don't, like, the administrators that stay and everything, they don't pay for their own ticket?
No, they do. They have to pay. All that has to get covered for. That's kind of like worked into the deal with the place that's holding the prom. But, you know, it's expensive, and they have a cap of how many people they can fit.
Right.
So there's only so many people they can invite.
Right. I honestly didn't even think
Right.
of
Yep.
that. Did you have a favorite prom that you went to? I feel like that would probably have to do with the class that you had, right?
Yeah. So this is Montori and I are only taking our second class up now with the freshmen this year. Our
You're the
first
class advisor
class
of the freshmen?
was yes, we're the class advisor for the freshmen.
Wow.
Yes. We said we wouldn't do it again because
know.
it was a lot of work, but we loved it, so we took on this class. So I would obviously say my favorite prom so far was with the class of 23. We organized it, we planned it, and we knew the kids so well, and we had a lot of fun with them there. But, maybe this year we'll top it.
That was a good class, though. Well, yeah,
Yes.
like I said, with you, it's biased since you were their advisor.
Right, and we
too.
organized and we planned it. We had a lot invested in the prom, being good. So I definitely think that plays a role in it as well. But maybe with no pressure of having to plan the prom, maybe we'll enjoy this one more. We also don't get to stay at this one the whole time. So that's different
Oh,
as well.
okay. For the last one, you get to stay the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Castrero and Miss Rubensina are our advisors, and they said they're not being advisors ever again.
That's what
I don't
I feel like
think
that's
they
what
are.
everyone says though.
Yeah.
And then we missed it so much. There's just so different being a class advisor. You get to know people on a different level than you would just as their teacher or as like a coach. There's different ways to make connections with students, and a class advisor was a great way to do it.
Yeah, talking about prom too. Have you ever been part of a promposal?
No, I have not, but I've heard of really fantastic ones. This is so different. When I went to my prom, it was like, do you want to go to the prom with me? And I was like, sure. That was it. That was as complicated as it got. Maybe there were flowers involved. Most of the time, it was just like, hey, you want to go to the prom with me?
Yeah.
So these promposals are so fun. I love them.
Yeah. You like them?
I do.
My parents. I mean, I don't know if it's my mom or my dad, but one of them is like always is kind of like. I think it's more my dad. He's kind of like, there's no point. Like, you
Yeah.
don't need to do that. Like, that's just a little over the top.
Well, I think it adds a lot of pressure too, right?
Yeah.
Because someone does an amazing one, and then if someone doesn't do one as well, is it like, oh, great?
Yeah, exactly.
And how many ideas can you actually come up with? I mean, not everyone can pull off a Sardui and, get it live on BMB.
Okay. Sardui. So the thing, okay, if you're being, the thing is, the B&B kids know Jacob, and Jacob knows this about himself too, is that he's a B&B kid. He's the least B&B kid that you could get. Like, seriously. And he's telling me about this idea in our class, and he's like, I'm thinking about like doing my promposal over the morning announcements. I was like, this is bold of you, Jacob, especially
Yeah.
coming from a kid who never does anything for B&B. And he's like, is this too B&B for me? I was like, it kind of is. And I mean, I think I missed that day, because was that right before spring break,
That was the day
right?
that you were away.
Right. So
Yeah.
I was away, and I didn't even get to watch the morning announcement. It was on the morning announcements. I got to go back and
Yes.
watch it. It was probably great.
It was live.
It was a live morning announcements.
And just that part was, and then they cut off, and we didn't even know if she had said yes, but we just assumed.
Yeah. So he was telling me about it. All of B&B was in on it too. That seemed like a good promposal. I thought of doing the same thing, but then it's like, it's a little much.
Yeah.
What are some of the fantastic ones that you've seen?
So, I mean, the Mr. Mepham ones are always cute when they do it, and usually, it gets them some points, I
Right.
think, for doing it live
Right.
like that. But I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
Oh, 100.
I had a student who was a volunteer fireman, and he rolled up to the girl's house in the fire truck with the sirens blaring, and everyone came running out of the house. Now she looked panicked, apparently, what's going on? Why is the fire department here? But her parents were in on it, and then over the little intercom, he asked her to go to the prom with her. I thought that was really cute. Like a gift box, where you open up the gift and it's confetti pops out. I've seen things like that, which is a little bit more low key, but I don't know if everyone can do big.
The fire truck one seems a little too much.
It's
for
a lot,
me.
yeah. But totally, I like the surprise.
How would he get a
aspect.
fire truck? Oh, he was a volunteer.
He was a volunteer fireman.
So he told them.
Yeah, and they participated in it.
They were
agreed.
in on it.
They agreed, yeah.
See if I don't know if I was a volunteer fireman, I feel like the other firemen would clown me for that.
They would make fun of you for it, maybe.
Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's stereotypical, thinking that
But
firemen are
also at the same point, they probably think, oh, he's a cute kid. You know, like let's keep him happy. Let's participate for him.
Yeah. So I already planned mine.
Okay.
And by the time this goes up, it'll already have happened.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is, Eloise, who's my girlfriend, she is in the orchestra.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do it like after she's done performing, and like once she's like coming out, and then I have a sign that says.
At the concert?
No, I couldn't do it
I
on
was
stage.
Like, geez, that's a lot. Yeah.
She's like, no, she wouldn't. No, she would not
She
want
would
it to
not
be
like that-
on
that
stage.
public,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's more of like when she's like, once the whole orchestra comes out, like together, and she'll probably be like one of the last ones because I already got her sister in on it, and she already talked to her orchestra teacher, so she
Okay.
knows about everything. So, and she's basically gonna come out like after getting her stuff and whatever, and I have a sign and it says, "It would be music to my ears if you went to prom with me."
That's
If you said yes to
adorable.
prom, that's what
That's
I said.
adorable. I
Good
like
one,
that.
right?
Yeah.
I honestly was scared it would be kind of corny at first, but
It
yeah.
is corny, but that's promposal.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking
That's
too.
kind
is
of
that-
the goal.
yeah.
It would be better if you did like a flash mob and everyone started dancing and playing instruments.
Okay, that was another thing I actually did think of was doing like having somebody play music,
Yeah.
but it's so difficult because of you need to find somebody that can actually play well.
Right.
So like the thing is she plays the violin, right?
Okay.
So now I have to find somebody that's in the orchestra to play something. Now they're performing, so I have to get somebody to come out
Right.
really fast and play something on their violin.
So many things could go wrong.
And,
the
yeah.
flash mob would have been really cool.
Oh, flash mob would have been. She would have been so overwhelmed. She would not know what is going on at all.
And to see you dance, that would have been
Yeah,
the best.
I'll probably throw in the video once I do it because the concert's tonight.
Okay.
The concert's tonight. I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I gotta lock in. And then
gotta
I was thinking
step
about what I
up.
gotta wear. It's like I can't wear it like something like this.
No, you gotta like,
I was like just
dress
like
up.
shorts and like a polo.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, dress
you
shirts
don't
like
have to
too
go too
much.
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So it's
Be
fine.
you. Let it still be you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
this way you're comfortable.
I'm gonna have to do my hair. I need a haircut so bad. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Big L. It's crazy. But yeah, so after this podcast, I'm doing my last one, which is gonna be with Mr. Russell and
Okay.
Kyle, and then we got that. And that's it. That's the last one, and then who knows if we'll see the end of if we'll see a continuation of a podcast like this one in B&B.
Well, who will take over? Who will take over for Luke?
I guess we'll have to find out. It's funny because that's all the time we have today.
That's a wrap.
So, I mean, tune into the last episode. I want to say thank you again for coming in. I know
Thank
you
you
have
for
to
having me.
move some things around to make it in here. But I really appreciate it, Big Al. Make sure you guys tune in to the last episode of the Sheep in the Meadow podcast. Like I said, I don't know if you guys will ever be getting a podcast or Sheep on the Loose segment again. You'll just have to figure out on the last episode where we debrief it. But for now, that's all the time we have here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said again, make sure you watch the last episode of Sheep on the Loose and Sheep in the Meadow would mean the world to me. But for now, again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys.